Okay, are we live? I don't know if we're live. This is my first time coming
You are
live in a
live.
while.
You are live,
Awesome.
but you're not hitting record.
I'm going to hit the record right now. We're about to get started here because it is have been an amazing journey in the last few weeks. So I have a question for you. Are you confused? Are you worried about what's happening with Dr. Lorraine Day? One day, we get an announcement. It was November 6th. We get an announcement that she has been just all of a sudden unconscious, collapsed, and she's in and out of life. And we don't know what's happening. That same announcement's been there. Then all of a sudden on November 11th, we hear that, or November 10th, that, and I'm getting texts from everybody that she died. I just didn't feel like she had, but it was on Wikipedia. Wikipedia said she had died. So, of course, I make an announcement because I'm not getting any information from her children or from her caregivers. And I make an announcement. But then the next morning, the death notification was retracted. Are you confused yet? I have been confused. I have no idea what's going on. And then I check, and Google says she's dead. And all the search engines are saying she's dead. Then the next day, that is taken away too. So today, I want to say that if you're confused, I'm confused too. And I am 100% telling you right now that there is no way that she is gone. There's no way that she has taken her last breath on this earth. And the best is yet to come. We're going to hear from her. I'm hoping that we will hear what's really happening from the family. So, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Lillian McDermott, and I am a certified life coach. I'm also the host of the Lillian McDermott radio show. And if this is your first time joining in, please know I've been waiting for you. This is a safe place where you can go when you need a friend. It is my commitment to provide natural ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening and my viewing friend, will feel empowered to embrace a new truth and live the life of your dreams. Now, for those of you who are watching live with me, I want to see, I'm going to turn on we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. And so I'm just going to go ahead so that I can see your comments today because I haven't done a live class in a while. But I believe that this needed immediate attention. Today, we rescheduled the guest that we had for today, the class that we were going to air, because I've had hundreds of, you can tell me, I won't tell anybody, emails saying, trust me, I won't say anything. Just tell me what's going on with Dr. Lorraine Day. We all love her and we all care for her. And I'm going to share openly, but I am not going to divulge any confidential information that I may have. I don't know. I have a gut and a hunch that she is alive. I know that I have sent her texts in the past, and I know they're read. I have done everything I possibly can to um, see if her children. Hold on a second. Her children will reply to my text. I've sent emails. I've sent, just like you have. I've done the same thing. Dr. Day is a public figure, but she was a very private person, or she is a very private person. And she doesn't just share, she might share from her life, and she might do that, but she is absolutely a very private person. And so I want to make sure that I have the right pages here so that if you make a comment, that I can read them after we're done with our podcast today. So I am trying to find, I'm not seeing anything on Facebook, but maybe it's because it's an old page. Here we go. I'm seeing it now. So for those of you who have comments, go ahead and write your comments below. I want to make sure that I have the right pages so that I can see your comments. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining me today. Well, I get to honor my dear friend, Dr. Lorraine Day, not because I believe she's not with us, but because these are the things that I would tell her to her face. And these are the things that I would acknowledge to you. But I just thought, with all this craziness of whether she's alive or she's not alive, and people wishing condolences to me, and I appreciate all of that, but I refuse to accept that she's gone. And I'm sure that most of you feel the same way. So I want to make sure that if you feel that way too, just put an emoji, a hope, a hug, whatever it is, a heart, that you too feel the same way. I want you to write, what you would like to say to her, because when she comes back around with this, because if anybody that I know can come back around from being near death once and live 30 plus years after that, and being told that, like, this could only happen with Dr. Day. And one of the main reasons I wanted to share today with you is for all of you who feel that this is foul play, that she's been kidnapped or that she's being tortured. Believe me, I've received a lot of different emails wondering what is really happening. When her children, or whenever Rockford Press says that she is in and out of consciousness, trust them. If they have not updated anything, it's because maybe the condition is still the same. But how did it get on Wikipedia? Well, I started thinking about that. And I remember I received a text from someone wishing Dr. Day, it was in April, wishing Dr. Day happy birthday. And I texted back, no, her birthday is in July 24th, 1937. And Dr. Day and I had a good laugh, because we should never trust anything on Wikipedia, right? So I should have known that. I should have known not to trust that information. I could not verify it. I could not confirm it. I have sent texts and of love to Dr. Day. I know that somebody's reading them. And this morning I asked for confirmation, but I have not seen, and Robert has my phone right now. So, if he goes on there and it says it's been read, at least I can confirm that it's been read. Somebody is reading her messages, and she knows we love her. And that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what's going on with her health, or what's going on if somebody's abducted her or that doesn't matter. I want us all to collectively join in prayer for her family, for her, for anyone who's taking care of her. We all need to join in prayer and stop with the distraction of what it is. God knows what it is. We don't need to know what it is. She is a private person, and we need to respect that. And so with that in mind, I thought maybe you could share your favorite times with Dr. Day. So because the next 55 minutes, or till 1 o'clock, or whatever time that Robert tells me I need to stop talking, I want to share my greatest moments with Dr. Day. As you know, when I first had Dr. Day in the classroom, and I looked it up today, the first time she was on the show, I was on radio at the time, and it was August 14th, 2013. I remember after that interview was done, how anxious I felt. I said, I will never have her on my show again. I've shared this with her, so this is something that we giggle about now, because then in 2015, from 2013, she planted those seeds in me, and I was angry. I was angry because of the things she was saying, but I was angry at the wrong person. Who I was really angry with was the establishment, the medical industry, the pharmaceutical industry, industries that benefit from our sickness. And when she said to me that person has cancer because they gave it to themselves, I'm like, no, we're all victims. We all know. And I knew by then, when I interviewed her in 2013, that we were not victims of our DNA, but not cancer. Cancer is just something that you're walking down the street, minding your own business, and then all of a sudden, it just jumps on you, and then you have cancer. And when she said, I gave it to myself because I didn't hear that at the time. I gave it to myself. That's why she could speak with such authority, because she came from a place of knowing. She came from a place of, man, I couldn't even put my head out of the pillow. I was sipping water or being in a tub so that she could be hydrated. There were so many things that she went through, and it wasn't just a take this pill and then you're okay. So she developed some truths about her condition. And let me know if she helped you in any way. Give me a heart, give me a yes, she helped me, put a comment in the comment section. But all of us have benefited from the cancer that ravaged her body, stage 4 cancer, that some people would say never happened, but she has it documented. She has her MRIs documented. Even if they tried to delete the information or censor the information, she has the information and she's published the information. And I remember that she said, people give themselves cancer, but I didn't hear her say not intentionally. And that anger of all the people that I had known have died of cancer, that it was their fault, because at the time, that's what I heard. That was not what she was saying. That is not what she was saying. She was saying that this is not intentional. This is something that when you know better, you do better. And how many times did you hear me call her John the Baptist? I used to call her my favorite eye poker. And she would giggle at every time I'd come up with a new name with her, because she was tough, but she was also very gentle. And those are the conversations, the gentleness of her, that I want to share with you today. Like I said to you, I believe she's alive, but because I know what she went through when she had cancer, this is not going to be a walk in the park, right? But she will come to my show someday and she will tell the story, her story, not our story. And all these times that I've gotten, oh, this is not my story to tell. This is not anyone's story to tell. This is her story to tell. And so anyway, going back to me saying, I'm never going to have her on my show again. Then on June 4th, 2015, she came back again. It was a little open. What she had to say, I had now understood. It took me a while from 2013 to 2015 to kind of embrace what she was saying. But I was a 100% buy-in because I had done the research. I had done the research. I just didn't repeat what she said. I had done the research. So when she came back in 2015, because after doing almost 2 years worth of research and starting the McDermott Holistic Healing Foundation, I could hear her. I still also call her my Jiminy Cricket. I could hear her voice in my head after a certain amount of time. So she was my Jiminy, or is my Jiminy Cricket. I can still hear her voice in my head. And so when I realized that they had the date wrong on Wikipedia, because this is my clue, and this is what I'm talking about. This is my clue. Wikipedia said she died, and of course, everybody else repeated it, right? That was on the 10th of November. The next day, it's gone. It was retracted. If they couldn't get her date of birth right, they are not going to get her date of death right. So I don't even know why I would even accept that without any confirmation. But I had so many people bombarding me with this, she died, that I bought into, oh my gosh, she's gone. And I wanted to let you guys know that this was not that the KGB took her, or that the government took her, or that, somebody planted some poison in her food or anything like that. So then in 2017, she came back several times. In 2018, she came back many times. 2019, that's when we started doing a monthly show together. And the giggles and the laughter and the girly girl moments that we've had together, I wish that I could have a recorder and just air them now, because we talked like girly girls. And that was our girl. We would text us, we would text each other, hey, you want to have a girly girl time? Because her life is very much about sharing the good news, not just about God, but about health and wellness. Something as simple. If you're diseased, okay, let's look at dehydration, malnutrition, stress. Let's look at all these things. She made things simple in a way, but complicated in our mind. What do you mean I have to abstain from this? What do you mean I have to be out in the sun? What do you mean I'm going to use food as medicine? It's simple if you look at it simply, as she would say it. But if you want to complicate it and make her wrong about it, then it's called quackery, which, hey, listen, welcome to the club of quackery. Anyone who has that absolute quackery logo, I really like to look deeper into who they are and what earned them that badge of honor. Now, sometimes they are quacks and you can walk away from that. But Dr. Day, not a quack. Maybe she quacked a lot because she was like John the Baptist, whack, 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 she was like telling everybody at any time. She was very generous with her time. And so, so that turned into a monthly 2019. We got together, and then something happened 4 years ago, in 2019, 2020, that made us all question our health. You know what I'm talking about. And so with all that in mind, I remember looking at the news and turning to my husband, and I said to him, I really think we're in the end of times. I really wonder what's going on here. And I also said to him that I felt like I was in the Truman Show. And we even saw the movie, and I even talked about it. I did a show on the Truman Show, and how similar I feel that art imitates life. And so I reached out to Dr. Day, and of course, all of you call her Lorraine. You can call her Lorraine. You can call her whatever you want to call her. And she asked me to call her Lorraine, but I just call her Dr. Day, lovingly. Call her my eye poker, my Jiminy Cricket, my John the Baptist. I call her all these things. And one of the reasons I'm wearing blue is that many times we would get on the show together and we would laugh that we're wearing the same color. She was my girlfriend. And I remember one time I said that I am too old to be her girlfriend. And she thought I said that she was too old to be my girlfriend. And I'm like, no, girl, I am too old to be your girlfriend, because she's got to get younger and younger friends because she is burying younger and younger people. And so once we made that correction, we laughed about it, because I would think that she's younger, she's young in spirit and young and let me tell you, energy. You have seen me pull the book, her latest book, and I would just use it to like work my muscles. I would she would lift cartons of those by herself, and she would ship them to the post office. All of you who bought a book, she would personally take it to the post office, and that's a lot of weight on somebody. That is a lot of weight. So she had the strength and the power and the wisdom of so many angels on earth. And I will tell you, again, she was tough. She was tough. And she knew what was in her mind. She was very clear about it. She could remember things I told her in 2017. She would ask me about them. She has a sharp mind. And I know that today it's no different. Today it's no different. She is going through this with privacy. And we need to respect that, okay? Just respect that. But just know that Dr. Day is also a lot of fun. I loved making her feel uncomfortable with the theme show and me dancing, and she would like scramble and try to drink some water. But one day she let loose and she went, I don't know if you remember that show, but I remember laughing that she just like gave in. Okay, fine, I'll dance with you. but she danced in a way that I knew she was just placating to me as opposed to dancing with me. So many memories in all the years. I think I've counted that we've done 56 shows together. I may have counted properly or incorrect, but it's about around that many shows that we've done together. And that's how I was able to see our first show together was in 2013. And the last time that we did a class together, that was in 2023. So this year, she did a lot. She does a lot. And we made a decision that she needed to focus on the things that she needed to focus on. She needed to focus on the things she needed to focus on, and that someday we'd get her to come back. She was concerned that I would be disqualified or censored even more with her being in the classroom. And I assured her that that was never a concern. We'd just take the show out and put it on BitChute and Odyssey, which all her shows are on BitChute and Odyssey on my account. So you guys can go there and watch anything. By the way, I've had 35, 36 shows taken from YouTube since 2021. This year alone, it's been like 18 or so, or 20. And we're talking shows from 2017, and many of her shows have been deleted from YouTube, but you can find them on whenyouneedafriend.com. At whenyouneedafriend.com, you can find all her audios. Anytime that she's been in the classroom, radio show, classroom, all of the audios are in there, and no one can take that away from us. And in the last couple of weeks, all of your list, everybody who's subscribed was deleted from my website. And it took us over a week to figure it out. And you're finally there. So you should have gotten an announcement. You should have gotten a blog for this last week. I didn't want to bombard you with last week's blog and this week's blog and everything like that. But I just want you to know that it was that she's 86 years old. We forget that she's 86 years old. She is 3 years older than my mom. And I remember one of our moments that she and I would share. And I've shared this on the show before, and you can, again, share any, and I'm going to check and see if there are any comments on yes, all of you who are watching on YouTube. I'm going to take the time afterwards, after we're done, and then I'll read them if I can. If you have a cue, or just type in a cue, remember that cue? It's been a while since we've done a live show. But I thought this was important because last week I took the week off for being on the air. And like I said, we scheduled the person that was going to be aired today, the show that was going to be aired today, and they're going to be aired next Tuesday. But I didn't want to keep getting any more of these emails saying that she's been abducted or killed by the Jewish people or whatever. And that is not truth. So through all the years that we were together, I remember a tender moment with her was when I was dealing with my mom's dementia. It was at the beginning. We were trying to figure out, does she stay at an assisted living, memory care, or move into my sister's and brother-in-law's guest house? And it was during that time, because dementia is a progression of diabetes, and they call it diabetes 3 now. And I remember having a conversation with Dr. Day, and I was in tears. And I said to her that I wish I could change the assisted living facility, the memory care place, just fed her crap, really, just fed her crap. And I didn't want to fight with them anymore. I just didn't want to do that anymore. And Dr. Day, as sweet with her tender voice, because she can be, like I said, like John the Baptist, big personality, but she could also be the most gentle woman ever. And she said to me, Lily, to God, death is temporary, and you will have your mom whole someday. So just enjoy her, let her eat whatever she wants to eat, and just know that someday she'll be whole, and we'll all, because no one's out of the reach of God. Those are some great lessons that I've learned along the way. She has been a humongous teacher in my life. She actually confirmed some of my beliefs. For example, I've never believed in hell. Never. I could never fathom hell, because God is so good. Why would he send any of his children to hell, right? So it never fit in with my belief. And as you know, one of the things that I did that I'm most proud of with Dr. Day is that we did the New Truth series, the Book of Revelation, and also the 50 lessons, which, because she is such a high achiever, we crossed it out and made it the 50 lessons from the Exodus. We did this. We have DVDs online on the website. We also have it online. So whether it's the DVD or online. And I remember the first one that we did, and I sent her the packaging, and I sent her the back, and it had her picture in the back, and she was so pleased with it. And I felt like my mom was happy, because she would get excited about all the little things, and also knowing that she was fulfilling her purpose. That was so important to her. It still is. It still is. And the fact that somebody is retracting that she's gone, that tells me that she is alive. She is alive. And that's her way of telling us she's alive. So prayers of death are different than prayers of life. And I want you to shift your prayers and condolences and focus on health and wellness for Dr. Lorraine Day. That's what we can do for her now. That's what we can do, is to continue to pray that whatever is going on in her life, that she will continue to stay focused on the healing and stay strong so that she can come back on the show and tell her story. So yes, we did the online series, Book of Revelations, but during that time, after that, she decided she was going to start her own. Oh, and by the way, I have to tell you something about Dr. Day, and I don't know if you know this, but she is a concert pianist. And one time in our girly-girl time that we had together, she said to me, she said that she played the piano. So she went to the piano, she sat down, and she played, and I sang. And it was like our own club, our girly-girl club. And she played the piano with the intensity and love that she shared the good news about God. She even played when she was younger at her church. I think I remember her saying that to me. But going back to why I'm bringing this up, the Book of Revelation DVD, before we did this together, because this is the question I asked, could this be the end of time? And I said, I don't know anything about the Book of Revelation. So I approached her and I said, would you be willing to do a study? And that's how the Book of Revelation started. And we did 12 weeks, and it was intense. It was great. We learned so much about history. But before we did it, Dr. Say said to me, well, I'm going to need to talk to you. Before we even agree to this, I need for you to understand some basic principles. And I said, okay, let's figure it out. So the first thing she said to me, what if I told you there's no hell? And I said, tell me more, because I've never believed there was a hell. So tell me more. So she tells me all this stuff. And then we went into the next thing that she wanted to tell me, and the next thing she wanted to tell me. And we were ready to do the Book of Revelation. We promoted it. She came on the show. We did some incredible short commercials or infomercials or whatever you want to call it. And we had so many people. Tuesday night, we would come together, or Monday night. I shifted to Tuesday night for my stuff because I didn't want to impede with hers. But on Monday nights, we would come together and we would do the Book of Revelation, and week after week. And then after that, before we even knew it, we did the 50 lessons from the Exodus. And once we got to 6 weeks in and she was at 55, I said, we're going to have to change the title of this. And I loved when I made her laugh. I loved making her laugh because she had a hearty laugh, a real laugh, because sometimes she could be intense. You know that, right? If she could be intense, but when she would laugh, I could see her essence just shining through. But we did we changed it. We even crossed it out. We said, okay, we're going to cross out the 50 because that was the name of the whole of the series. And 100 Lessons from the Exodus was born after 6 weeks. And we were like, okay, we're going to be, it's above 100, but at least 100 Lessons from the Exodus. You will get that from the DVD and online, and you can find that at whenyounneedafriend.com. So we've had lots of giggles, and I hope that she will see this video and she will giggle with me as I recall the stories that I am sharing with you. And again, I will look at all your comments and questions. So and the more comments and questions and the more emojis that you do, the less the algorithms can touch us. So make comments, whatever comments you want to make sure they're clean and they're kind and they're loving, or else those will be deleted if they're not. So yes, she was an amazing pianist. I wanted to tell you about that. And and the one comment, what is the one scripture? Who can write what's the one scripture she would say almost at every single show that we would do together? Can somebody type it real quick? Let's see. Who's the first person that's going to type it? Let me see. Let me check YouTube, because I'm going to be giving you some time to let me see if I can see. Nobody else put the chapter that she always quoted. What is that one from Deuteronomy? Let me give you another hint. Which one's the one? Deuteronomy 7. Come on, you can do this. You can do that. I know that you can share the comment. Maybe I'm not getting your comments live. You can text me at 407-373-5959. Yes, 407-373-5959. Just text me if you want me to read a comment that you have. So before I continue, I must talk about, directing you to the classroom. So go to whenyounneedafriend.com. Yes, I will heal all your diseases. Let me know what your name is, so I can acknowledge you on the air. So I will heal all if you follow my commandments. If you follow, so that's Deuteronomy 7, 11, and 15. She would always say, so every time she come on, I'd write it again and write it again and write it again. And so Deuteronomy 7, 11 through 15. That's where God makes that commitment. If we follow God's laws, commandments and decrees, that he will keep us free from every disease. She didn't mean an accident, like a car accident or anything like that, but at least free from disease. And she really believes that. And she has researched it. And we did a class together, and we did the 10 commandments of health. And I'll go over those 10 commandments of health. But for now, I want you to go to whenyounneedafriend.com. Please like and follow me, because there's going to come a time where we won't be able to meet on the air. And you're going to want to know where you can find truths in other places. Dr. Day's website is up. She has drday.com, goodnewsaboutgod.com, and she has lots of different Bible studies there. And she would always love it when I would promote her Bible study, promote her pages. And so just know that that's a place where you can go to as well to get truth. Also, I want to encourage you that while you're at whenyounneedafriend.com, that you like and follow me, that you subscribe to the channel. That way you know what's going on. And if you don't get a blog from me on a Sunday at 4:44, just know something's wrong. I have so many people say, hey, what's going on? Where's your blog? Why didn't I get your blog today? So just know that I will keep you posted with anything and everything that I find out, whether it's happening on this world or happening with Dr. Day. I will tell you what I'm allowed to tell you, but I can say that this is not anything foul play. This is something that she is dealing with right now. And I believe she's alive. I'm going to repeat that again. So change your prayers from mourning to rejoicing, to pray that she is healed and everything goes well with her. I also want to encourage you to check out my sponsors, check out my Shop Now bag, Lily approved products from head to toe. You can also go to the workshops or the New Truth series. That's where the two, the online and the DVDs are as well, if this is something that you want to get and have that for Christmas. So you can also go to my Shop Now bag, and these are Lily approved products that are natural and do not require any kind of, pill. So you can just take your health back. And some of those items are affiliates and some of them are not. These are just that I want you to know that there's another way to pain management without taking a pill, that there's other ways to build muscles without hurting your back and all those things. So just check it out. And then last but not least, you can become enrolled student in the classroom, whether it's $1,000 or $1 a month or a one-time donation, or, I don't care what it is, whether it's your time, your talent, your treasure, anything that you can do. Sharing this video is a way for you to help the classroom grow, because the more engagement there is, the less the algorithms can touch us. I don't know if you know that, but I was told that by someone who has been helping me try to get past some of these algorithms. So if you can become an enrolled student in the classroom, that will always help. Because remember, you're getting this information for free, but it costs us a lot of money, especially with all the censoring. So if you want to tithe, if you want to make a donation, please do so. We would be greatly appreciated. There's a section that says donate now, or become an enrolled student, or a subscriber, or a donor, whatever. It's on the upper right-hand side. So going back to what I was saying. So I'm looking forward to seeing all your comments. I'm seeing all the comments, and I promise you I will not leave until I get to look at all the comments. And you can also text me. That way I can have you, let me see. I'm getting all these texts coming in. Want to listen in now. Okay, so if want to listen in now. So you can listen on When You Need a Friend. If you go to listen live at whenyouneedafriend.com, you can go to Telegram, Lillian McDermott. No, Lillian MCD. That's my my Twitter, or X, I guess it's X. Then on YouTube, just go to my YouTube channel. If you go to my page, you can just click on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. So you can listen now. So if somebody is texting me that they want to listen now, I can't reply because I can't text and talk at the same time. I haven't figured out how to do that. Oh, Facebook. Okay, let me just put in Facebook. Okay, so they can go to my Facebook page. Facebook. Okay, so you guys call your friends and tell them that I can't text and talk, but I can read. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know that one last thing, the I Am the Solution Natural Health Summit. So please, if you're in the Florida area and you want to be surrounded by like-minded people, I believe Dr. Bradley Nelson's going to be there. I know Dr. Furman, we're going to be Zooming him in, and he's going to have access to all of us that is going to be in there. Dr. Thomas Levy, I believe Dr. Jennifer Gramuth is going to be there, and we're going to have like-minded people. That's February 3rd on 2024. So to check it out. There's the link is below the description, so that you can have an opportunity to get your tickets and get the front row seat for the VIP. So I talked about the 10 commandments of Dr. Day. Dr. Day would always talk about the 10 commandments of health. And so I wanted to go through them real quickly so that you know that those are very impactful in my life. And I know in many of you, the impactful in your life as well. So we talked about nutrition, exercise, the importance of hydration, water. We're not talking about hydration soda. We're talking hydration, not talking about hydration tea or coffee, but we're talking about water, good, clean water, sunlight, and the importance of sunlight. Sunlight doesn't cause cancer. It's the stuff that we put on our skin that does when it's combined with the sun. So just don't be afraid of the sun, she would say all the time. Then temperance, abstinence, we're eating way too much sugar, drinking too much alcohol, drinking too much caffeine. But if you were to change your nutrition, go back to the first commandment of health, then you wouldn't have to worry about any of that. You would be as healthy can be. Air, it's so important to breathe. Go outside and breathe the air, as opposed to being inside and getting the recycled air from your air conditioner. Those are just very important. That's number 5. Number 6 is air. Number 7 is sleep, restorative sleep from the hours of 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. So 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., those are the restoring, that's where your body, like when you're asleep, and you need to make sure that you have eaten 2 hours or 3 hours prior to going to sleep, so that the body can get into a state where it's now cleaning and detoxifying. So that happens between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Trust in God. That is the higher power. That is, so important for us. Trust in God. And also an attitude of gratitude. That is number 9. And number 10 is benevolence, giving back. And I will tell you, Dr. Day is very generous. She gave back beyond. She was very generous. And with all of you who got advice from her, or that, that she was able to share information with you, that kind of generosity that I am talking about, right? I'm talking about how generous she could be, because she didn't have to answer any questions. She didn't have to appear in any programs, especially mine. She didn't have to do any of that, but she loved doing it because she is a generous woman. And I'm talking to you because I, as an is, not was, because I believe she's alive. Because if that information was retracted from Wikipedia and Google, somebody did it. And it could be her children, it could be her caregiver, it could be anybody who's with her right now. But she's still in control. She's still probably going, okay, do this. So anyway, so that I loved doing classes on the 10 Commandments. We also did the 10 Commandments and what they mean today. And that was a great class. So all these, if you cannot find it on YouTube and it's not on Facebook, and maybe it was too early because it's not on BitChute, you can go to whenyouneedafriend.com and you are able to go to the audio, like past shows. She's in the medical, she's into personal growth, she's in everything that I do when it comes to the website. It's been a privilege and an honor to learn from my mentor, Dr. Lorraine Day, and I am continuing to learn from her because I know she is alive. I know she is alive. Okay, so one of the last, I would say, it wasn't the last show we did, that she blew me out of the water. And every time I'd make a fuss about, oh my gosh, you're so brilliant, or I would say something to that effect, she would get like this little sparkle in her eye. And it was one of my last favorite classes that we did with her was we talked about 5G. Does anybody remember the 5G show that we did together? And she blew me away because we did talk about the microwave and she did talk about these things, but she wanted to talk about the other 5G that we need to know about. So the 5G were, the first one is turn to God. That's the G, turn to God. Number 2, godliness, not churchianness. Be kind and loving and be godly. Number 3, gratitude. Show gratitude for everything in our life. That's 3G. And then there's 4G, which is Genesis. Go back to the beginning and learn about, God's word and how wonderful and mighty. And that was one of the things I used to love when she would say, which one of your kids would you send to hell if they disappointed you, if they did something wrong? The answer to that is none. And that was our conversation about hell. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. God, it was cognitive dissonance. Yeah, God loves you and would die for you, but will also send you to hell if you don't do exactly as, the higher standard that we were supposed to live by. And those are some liberating and freeing truths that changed my life. It changed my husband and my life. And hopefully the generations after me as well, because I quote her all the time. And 5G is the goals of God, to look at what God's goals are. What does God want for us? What does God want for this earth? And it's all of us to be perfect like him, but that will come. I've not been able to accept the fact that I will ever be perfect other than when I am in heaven. I guess that's my limitations and my limiting beliefs, but I know that she believes that we can be perfect like God. That's the 5G. Now the 6G was the glorious outcome. The glorious outcome. And that, when we were going through the book of Revelation Bible study, and when we were doing, and when she came up, I'm like going all over the place here because I'm remembering some things as I'm talking to you. When she came up with the title for the book of the Exodus, the lessons from the Exodus, we were still on the book of Revelation. We were still doing the book of Revelation. And I said, what are we going to do next? Because people are asking us to do this again. And so she said, well, let's do the Exodus. I said, okay. I didn't even think about it. I just said, okay, if that's what you want to do. But as we dove into the Exodus, oh my goodness, this is what's happening in the world today. We're like wandering around in the desert, and we need to trust in God's total care and accept, God's total care. So I said to her, you're so brilliant. And she would get like that little spark in her eye. And so I know that you guys also have things that you love about Dr. Day. And I want to take some time, and I just want to make sure that I shared as much as I could. But if you have like a little cue on there, let me see if I can bring you. I know that there's like ways that I can bring you into the classroom, but I don't know how to do it. So let me see. Okay. Let me see if I see any cues. A cue means that you want me to read it now. Waiting for, okay. It says, I'm waiting for this. Thank you, Lillian, for giving us time of this important information. God is full of grace to her. We love her so much. Absolutely. We all love her. We all love her. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this. I want to have an opportunity. I wanted all of us to have an opportunity to share. So write it in the comments section. What is your favorite aha moment from Dr. Day? Share that lovingly, share it. And then when we're done with today's podcast, that then I'll read them. But I just know that when we do a pre-recorded show, it has to be 55 minutes. That's it. Okay. Less than an hour. But since we're live, I guess we can go on and we can reminisce about all that she has done so far. I know the best is yet to come with Dr. Day. I also want you to know that you can still get her books. You can get her DVDs. You can get her transcripts. You can get just about everything from her by going to drday.com and goodnewsaboutgod.com. You can get those as well. And again, as Dr. Day would say, no one is out of the reach of God, not even someone who we have given up on. And so let me see if I see any cues. This is so really tiny, so I have to put on some readers. I don't normally wear these, but I have to magnify. These are my magnifying glasses so that I can read this out loud. Let me see if I see any cues. Oh, thank you, Robert, for putting that they can write some cues. Okay, Annie, you mentioned she had health struggles, which is why she stopped coming into the show regularly. Are you able to share what they were? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not. It's not my story to tell. And what I said was that we made a decision that she was going to be focusing on healing for her time, healing. So her back, I mean, the woman was picking up crates of 200 pounds. So she needed to heal. So, and so those are some of the things that I said that she needed to focus on her healing, and focus. And she also did not want to be causing my show to end. And so we made a decision that she was going to focus on her Bible study, and then I would be focusing on what I do. And so from time to time we would text and we would talk, and we still had our girly girl time. Okay, so let me go ahead and answer any other cues. Let's see. So Sarah, good. I'm glad you figured out how to get on. Okay, yes, she has, and so have you. Yes, thank you. Let's see if I see any other cues. Yes. So Sarah's talking about the terms of endearment that I would call Dr. Day. Yeah, so it's a term of endearment that they have embraced. I agree with Lillian. Dr. Day has poked me in the eyes too, which I am grateful. Yes, I'm not talking about, like that first show in 2013 where I was like being poked in the eye constantly and I did not expect it. And, that declaration made me want to look into what she was saying, not to prove her wrong, but to acknowledge that maybe I didn't know what I knew, what I didn't know, I didn't know. And so all those, she would giggle. And I had some hate mail saying, why do you call her that? That's so disrespectful. Well, she loved it. So I kept calling her that, and I will continue calling her that. Let's see, anything else that I can see a cue if you want me to read. Okay. Let's see. Dr. J changed my life. This is Paul. Hey, Paul. Yes, she changed all our lives. I'm going to quickly glance down. Hey, Pat Segoy. Hello. All of you who have joined us today. I'm just looking for cues to see if there's a question that you might have that you want to discuss. But again, Dr. Day is a private woman, has always been a private woman. And she shared very, very freely her news, her good news. She shared how she was able to come back from stage 4 cancer. And the 3 doctors that told her she would die if she didn't do chemotherapy all died because they did chemotherapy. So she spoke from a place of knowing, and she is also, not was, but at the time, I didn't know this at the time. That's why I use it. I've got to be clear. This was back then. I didn't know she was a scholar, and our shows on health turned into our shows about God. And what a privilege and honor to learn from such a scholar. And I continue to learn from her. The fact that those dates of death were retracted, that means that she is alive. And do not give up hope. And let me put this in a positive sense. Hold on to hope that she is alive and well until we hear otherwise from her family. That's when we will say it's time to mourn. But for now, I want all of us to keep our prayers hopeful, our prayers of health and wellness, our prayers of seeing her again soon and sending her like strength and happiness and love and joy, all those things. Send her that. Don't allow any of the distraction of what could happen or why she's not well or why she fell out of consciousness, any of that. Let's not focus on that. God knows what's going on with her. We don't need to know. And that's another reason I wanted to come talk to you today. And we're not done because we're going to have, this is part 1, because we have about 2 minutes in the classroom, and that's what's going to be uploaded in other places. But we will also, I will read your comments. If you have a comment that you would like for me to read out loud, maybe you can, post it again and put like 3 asterisks in front of it or something. But I will scroll down and see some of the things that I can read. But let me see we are almost towards the end, and I'm being told that I need to wrap up, but there's one last cue from Sarah. What song did she play, Lillian, for you on the piano? Oh my goodness, that was such a long time ago. She played Onboard Christian Soldiers. She played so many songs, Amazing Grace. She is an accomplished pianist in her own right. She is. And of course, I sang with her. She played, we giggled. That was our conversation. Sometimes we had hard conversations, but those are between us. But mostly it was joyous and loving and caring, because that is who Dr. Lorraine Day is. And I don't think any of you who truly know her and who have benefited from her can say anything other than that. And so today, I hope that you feel comfort, that we need to send love to surround Dr. Day and her family, and that when they have the time, that they will tell us what we need to know. That's all we can do. All we can do is love Dr. Day, love her with all our heart, give her back what she has given to us 100 times fold, and know that she is well. I know it with my heart. And don't believe anything you hear. Read in Wikipedia. Not her birth and not her death. Right now, I think it's fixed. but wait until you hear it from Dr. Day herself. And please remember, we'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. This is Lillian McDermott wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever.
The opinions and advice expressed on the Lillian McDermott radio show are intended for the individual callers and guests on the program and are presented to our wider audience solely for general educational purposes. Please act responsibly and consult personally with your own medical, psychological, or nutritional expert before taking any steps to improve your life.
Okay, I'm going to magnify this here so that I can read a little bit better. Okay, so thank you so much for all of you who have joined today. I want to take the time and thank you. So I just want to make some comments. And so, Carol, I hope that what I shared today gives you joy. So I'm looking at YouTube right now. And then the next one is Dr. Day is a force of nature. Prayers for her. Continued well-being. Yeah, there's a difference between prayers of condolences and prayers for the deceased, and difference of prayers for the people who are healing, for people who want to get well. So I just want you to change your focus and just send her so much strength and love and light. And that's all what you need to focus on. I hope Dr. Lorraine is doing okay. Love her. Thank you. We do. Thank you, Ella. I heard her in person 3 times. Love her true, real way of no fluff sharing. Yeah, that was tough for me the first time. She always encouraged me, even here. Good, good, good. So Sarah, wow, I love to listen about her, why it's been a while. She didn't come on your show. I love to listen, both of you together. I miss that. I miss it too. And you watch from Pakistan. I hope that you're safe there and that you're well. And but yes, I miss those times on the air with her, especially when she would catch me off guard, or when I would catch her off guard and she would giggle. She needs our prayers for safety. That's Cheyenne. Absolute. No, safety. She's safe. She is safe. She's being well taken care of. Trust me on that one. That's the rumor I want to dispel. That's where I felt that I was being called to talk about, which is all of you thinking that she was taken, that she was poisoned, that some foul play occurred. No, that did not. It's not happening. And I can assure, I've texted with her all along, even though she hasn't been on my show. You guys have seen her on her Bible study. You've seen the changes in her as well. And so just know that she's okay. She's okay. What happened to Dr. Day? Is she okay? I pray God she is well. So I think I answered that question already. The very first Christians believed there is a hell. Is that a Protestant hopium view? Well, I don't believe that there is a hell. I believe that hell is in our heads and our minds and our attitudes. I do not believe that God is capable or would want to send any of us to hell, just like you would never want to send any one of your children to hell. It's just, remember, some scripture was rewritten by the translators, and we've had many conversations of that on the air. So if you search for Dr. Lorraine Day or Lorraine Day MD on my show, on my whenyouneedafriend.com, you can look at all the different titles and you can listen. That way you don't have to go to BitChute or Odyssey or, all these other places. You will know that where she is at. I just did a search and can't find no images of her, even though I know her name very well. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know why there aren't any images of her, because her being in my classroom alone shows you that there should be lots of images of her. And she's been on a lot of classes too. I'm going to stop at this one, and then I am going to go look at Facebook. I'm going to be a equal opportunity here. Let's see. Let me scroll back. I heard her speak back in 1990 at our church during a Hallelujah Acres conference. Her story, as well as her presence is our MTG was life-changing meeting. When you guys do that, there's so many different acronyms and so Michael, thank you that you've been praying. Sarah, yes, I'm glad that you were able to join us. Michael, she's helped me. Wonderful. That's what I want to hear. That's what we want to focus on. We want to stay focused on what we want, because as you know, if you've heard any of my classes, we talk about mindset. You get what you focus on. You get what you focus on. Annie says she changed my understanding of the gospel. The idea of universal restoration has been life-changing for me. Absolutely. Universal restoration, not universalism. And she would always make that distinction. Universal restoration, not universalism. Okay. Annie, I didn't know she liked the title Eye Poker. She did. She loved it. She loved it because I even said I'm getting heck for it. And so she goes, oh, they just don't worry about it. She would just tell me, don't worry about it, because she would giggle and laugh every time. Okay, you poked me in the eye again. Because she knew what I meant. She knew my intention of love and respect. I never, even though she asked me to call her Lorraine, I never called her Lorraine. I called her Dr. Day. Always called her Dr. Day. And I said, if I would ever call her anything else, it would have been Mom. Okay. Yes, she helped me. Kitty says, yes, she helped me. Wonderful. Sarah, I think I read this one already. Yes, that you're grateful. Michael, she has been such a huge inspiration to me for over 23 years. I've ordered all her products several times over the years. Wonderful. Keep doing it, because we need to continue spreading. We need to be her John the Baptist. I used to call her John the Baptist, and I used to tell her that she was my John, she's the modern day John the Baptist. But if you read the story of John the Baptist, John the Baptist wasn't saying that he was the truth. He was pointing to the truth. And when Jesus arrived, those people left John the Baptist. He could have said, hey, I need some more likes on my Facebook page. He didn't care. That's what Dr. Day is doing. She is pointing us to the truth. Okay. So, Aiden, let's see, Aiden Knight, Dooley Turner. Okay, back in the 90s, it was Dr. Day and George M. They both had unique insights and special ways to share the truth. Absolutely. Okay, so Michael, I would like to watch your DVD on repeat, even though sleeping. Who doesn't like falling asleep to Dr. Day's voice, right? Yeah, that's a compliment. That's a compliment. Some people say that they fall asleep to my shows too. Great compliment. I'm going to take it as that. Okay. Let me see. Sue, I just did a search. Okay, I saw that one. Okay, Sarah, Deuteronomy 7, 11, and 15. She always used to quote that every time. Yes, every time. Dr. Day, sure do hope she is okay. She will be okay. No matter what happens, she is okay. Because this is what I said earlier. To God, death is temporary. She's okay, and we will all be okay. I refuse to accept any claims that she has died without her children posting it on her page. That is what you need to believe. Nothing else you need to believe at this point. Again, if they couldn't get her birth right, they're not going to get her death right. Okay, Lavia, I'm waiting for this. Thank you, Lillian, for giving us time of this important information. God is full of grace to her. We love her so much. The reason I'm reading this is I want you to know that all of you were important to her as well, or are important to her. So I want you guys to see this. I want her to hear it. I'm going to send her this. I want her to hear it. So Adam, Sarah, thank you. Oh, I think I said that one. Okay, so here's a question. I wonder if Dr. Day will be doing Bible studies again. Really miss them. Yeah, right now we need to focus on her getting well. As you know, her children they have put on there that she went out of consciousness. And right now, just send her love and strength and health and healing, because her doing the Bible study is the least right now. You guys can go back and watch all the Bible studies. We have the 2 Bible studies that she did with us privately, and phenomenal. We have the notes, we have everything. So if people want to go get it online, or if they want to get it on DVD, you get all the notes and everything that she created for us. It was so much easier. Let me see. Did I get that? I think I've got, okay. So I don't know. I don't know if she will. And then the last question here, I wonder why you and Dr. Day have not come together for months. I don't think I said that. You mean on the show? I think I covered that already, which is that she was focusing on what she was doing and did not want to hurt my my show to get canceled. But I told her that that was not necessary, because I just take it off of Facebook and YouTube and put it in BitChute and Odyssey. And it's also on my website. All the audios that she's ever done with me are in the website. I'm going to go back and I'm going to listen to that show when I was on the radio. I'm going to see if I still have it, because I was on the radio at the time. I don't know if we have those in 2013. I'll have to have Robert check and see if we can find that one. Okay, let's see. Where am I now? I think we answered that question. Let's see. For some reason, Sarah, you're, oh, I guess because you used the word Satan, maybe it got cleared out. It says, Lillian, my daughter also agrees with you that she's alive. Good. I know. God isn't of fear. Yeah. And maybe this is our test, not to be led by Satan and put negative thoughts in us. Absolutely. We don't want that. Let me see. Unhide. Let me unhide your comment. I think that there's certain words that may be being removed. You know, it's amazing how many times people would try to say something good about God, or something about, you know, some of the topics that were controversial. And as soon as they would post it, it would be deleted. So we're living in censored times. So we just need to know that. Okay, I can't imagine Dr. Day talking like a girly girl. Yes, to me, she comes across as a practical, grounded, straight shooting woman. And I love that about her. Yes, yes. And I love that about her too. And I also love our girly girl times. I'm gonna put a little heart there if I've read them already. That way I'm not repeating it. Let me see. Let me go back here. Let me put little hearts. Sorry. I promised you I would read these on the air. If you guys are replying to some of the people, I won't have access to that. So if you need to type something else again, go ahead and do that. I should have been putting the hearts in for everybody anyway. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to scroll down. I'm going to keep looking because the new ones are coming in down below. Okay, excuse me. Let's see. Make your comments short. Let's see. From Paul, Dr. Day changed my life in 2001 when I bought her VHS tapes and books. Because of her, I was able to help so many people out there. People hated her because she is direct and honest. Hey, listen, I had a hard time too. You know, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, and I was not ready, and she showed up anyway. God had a plan for me to teach me some new truths as well. I can't say how many people were upset because I spoke of her so much. I hear you. I am eternally grateful to her for so much. 2 years ago, she again changed how I looked at things because of her time she dedicated to teach us scripture. I just can't say enough about Dr. Day. I love you, and I wish I could hug you one day. Yep. I told her I was going to go visit her. So I can't imagine talking. So people are saying true that about the girly girl talk. Yes, we would talk about it on the air too. Our girly girl talks. Yes, yes, we did. She is, I'm going to change that, Aiden. Not she was strong and serious as a heart attack. I'm saying she is strong and serious as a heart attack. So I'm just rewriting that little story there. Yep, you okay. I'm the next one she said is, not was. Good. I like that even better. Thank you. So Patricia, thank you for today. We all know God's plan is bigger than we know. Dr. Day has opened my eyes to many lifelong truths I have been taught and questioned. She is a good God's messenger for those who have the ears to hear the truth. So true. I also thought she was not a reliable source in the beginning. Turned off and tuned out. I was later brought back through an inner voice that said she is telling you what you, me, have questioned through all the years. Sometimes, it's hard sometimes to question what we were taught by our parents, by our family, by our pastors, by what we thought the Bible said. It's difficult to take a step out of that, but it's also different and new. So you can take the energy of hard, or you can take the difference that, stepping out of your comfort zone is different and new. So she is a straight shooter. You don't agree with her. It's your problem, not hers. She encouraged you to research information. We both did. Yeah, we'd say, don't believe. I think I said that at least once every time. Don't believe anything she's saying. Don't believe anything I'm saying. Just research it. And like I did, prove her wrong if that's what you want to do, or prove her right, whatever it is that you're looking at. She encouraged you to do the research information, take only what you hear. Dr. Day, you say something heart to heart. We love you. Dr. Day, you say something heart to heart. We love you. You make a difference. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Pat. Michael, I sent Dr. Day's health package and most of them DVDs to a friend with stage 4, and she's doing it and healing. Mother of 3 young kids. There's nothing motivating than wanting to live. People tell me all the time, well, you're going to die from something. Yes, you're going to die from something. But how do you want to live while you're on this earth? And Dr. Day chooses for all of us to learn God's truth so that we can live in a life that is perfectly pleasing to God. So Aiden, I started following Lillian because of seeing Dr. Day on the show. I had been introduced to Dr. Day's work in the mid-90s. Thank you, Aiden. Thank you for joining us. I hope you keep in touch. I love that about Dr. Day. She said that we will all be together and will never let any one of his children perish or forsaken. He is for all, and all will be together in the new heavens and the new earth. Hallelujah for that day to come. Amen, sister. Amen, Sister Sarah. Okay, Michael, let's all keep praying for her. Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Michael. Let's see. Me too. I feel like I know her personally. See, that's the issue. We all feel that we know her personally, but she's also a very private person. And we've got to respect that. When she's ready to tell her story, it's going to be big. Let me just say this. It'll be huge. It'll be huge. So Kitty says, me too. And then we have the Deuteronomy 11:15, 11, actually it's 7, 11, and 15. Yes. So Rosalinda, you got it. Let's see, Michael, I will heal all your diseases. Okay. Yeah. You're responding to my question. Yes. Let's see how many questions, okay. I've got a little bit left because I don't want to continue going. I have a class to record pretty soon. Okay. I don't know, that I would love to hear her play the piano. Yeah. You know what? I didn't record it. We were just talking on Zoom. We would always have our girly girl chats on Zoom. And I didn't record it. I never would record our chats because they were so memorable. And Kitty, you got it right. Deuteronomy 7, 11, and 15 is what she would quote. But yes, it's 7-15, but she would always quote 11 and 15. Follow my commands. Yes, Annie, you got that right. Ephesians 7:11. Okay. Which one is that one? I'd have to look it up. She would always say, don't give me scripture quotes and verses. I want you to write down what you have. I wish she'd get so upset with us. Okay. Lots of prayers. Amens. I love that. I love Michael. Thank you so much for all these prayers. New start, then A and B. Nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, air, rest, trust in God. Absolutely. An attitude of gratitude, benevolence. Absolutely. Those were the 10 commandments. You were ahead of the game. Dr. Day's teachings are ingrained lovingly in my brain. Absolutely, Michael. Kitty, the same for me. Like I said, that's why I started calling her Jiminy Cricket. She's my Jiminy Cricket. Lillian, you've done so much as well, and greater than you give credit for yourself. You got all of this together, and so grateful together. Thank you for this. And as we come together, we bring positive energy to Dr. Day. That's what she needs right now. Absolutely. That's what she needs. Okay. Who else has seen this one? I've not seen that. I'm not going to play it right now. Okay. Rosalinda, thank you for both Dr. Day and Lillian. Since Revelation and Exodus, my spiritual life has completely changed. Thank you, Dr. Day, for planting seeds of truth. Michael, what is your favorite moment with Dr. Day? Oh, well, I got lots of them. And I think I shared those. Oh, thank you for the heart, Myrna. I think I've shared enough. I hope that you wrote that before I shared, but there's too many to say. Her information is life-changing. Yes, it is. Okay, question. Oh, I think I read that one already. What song did Dr. Day play? She played a lot. I know a lot of, I used to sing in a contemporary Christian band. And so I also cantored for many years. And so some of the songs that she played, I knew. And one of the things that made me laugh, because I played a song for her and she said to me, oh, that's not a Christian song. That's not a Christian song. And I said, why isn't it a Christian song? And she goes, because it only has 4 chords. It only had 4 chords. And I'm thinking, what does that have to do with anything? So I would take her on once in a while. But that was funny. Or that, swaying back and forth is not good. That Christian music makes you want to go forward. And I'm like, I don't know. I sway all the time. So I don't know about that. So I'd give her a hard time as well. Okay. So Michael, she plays the piano on one of her DVDs. That's true. Turn on the Light, Overcoming Anxiety and Depression Without Drugs. That's good. Okay. Get that one. You guys need to go. And if you want to listen to her play the piano, that's what you need to do. Thank you, Michael, for that suggestion. Very good. Did I go too fast? Yes. Rosalinda, prayers of healing and restoration for Dr. Day. Thank you, Lillian, for sharing this great news. I'm going on a hunch. And my hunches are pretty accurate. And I'm not going to give up on her just because Wikipedia got her death wrong. No. So I'm not giving up on her. I'm staying focused. Because when I wrote that on my page, I didn't say I was sad. I said I was numb. And that's something that happens to me when what is being said to me doesn't resonate. So that I've been numb. I have been focused on, okay, what's going on? So the reality is we just need to send prayers of love. And so she plays in the piano. Okay. So that was the one that I need to like. And okay, no more comments because I can't be here much longer. So Susan, Elizabeth, yes, meeting. That's okay. Good. Thank you. Universal restoration is the true gospel. I truly believe that that's what I believed when I was a kid. And being in the church and listening to the Christians say, you're going to hell. That just didn't sit in my spirit at all. No, not falling asleep, but would purposefully purposefully play it so that I am going to sleep. I was just joking when I said that. Okay, so Nelma, I am listening from the Philippines. Tell me where you're from, Philippines. Thank you. I love the Bible studies of Dr. Day. Thank you for the latest update on Dr. Day. Yes, and I promise you, the moment I hear something that I can share, I will share with all of you. Okay, I believe that I was done with oh, no mention of God in the sites for Dr. Day. Okay, hold on a second. I wonder why you and Dr. Day have, okay, that was the last one I think I read. It's Carol, no mention of Dr. Day's in the site. Glad you are addressing this. Amanda said this. Miss her being with you so much. I do too. I do too. And I think that is Sylvia. I know you're from England. I believe Sylvia is from England. Dr. Day is such a gift for the world. Yes, she is. And she will continue to be. And her legacy is going to live on. I know that. But right now, let's stay focused. Let's send love. Let's send strength, gratitude. Just whenever you visualize her in your prayers on a daily basis, whenever you think about her, just picture her healing and getting stronger. Okay? That's all we can do. That's all we can do, and know that God is in control. We may not know what's going on, but God does. That's good enough. There's nothing we can do. All we can do is just petition Jesus and God, just like the woman that had the bleeding disorder was like, and she, or the woman that just kept coming at the judge and kept coming, show mercy on me, show mercy on me. And eventually the judge gave her mercy. So we need to be like that right now and just stay focused on seeing her return to life again, to our life, our world, my show, her study. That's what I mean by that. I have to be very, very careful with what I say because I don't want to be misquoted. But all I want you to know is that I did this because I wanted to dispel any rumors of her being captive or being poisoned or anything to that effect. I want you to know that she is loved. Her children love her. The people that are surrounding her love her. And the last conversation we had, we giggled. We giggled. And so whatever happened on the 2nd up to now, that is not for us to know. And it's for her story to tell. And as soon as we hear otherwise, then we can start the mourning process. But one of the things I've learned in my life, that in our thoughts, in our minds, we can be in hell. We can relive an incident over and over that we want to shed and release. We could do that. So one time I was having thoughts of my husband dying for 6 months after we got married. I thought, what if something happens to him? And this happened for 6 months. And I'm not a person that gets depressed very easily. Yes, I might get sad, but I give myself some time to be sad so that I can, process it and then come to the other side knowing God is in control. And usually it's the same cycle. But this time I just couldn't shake it. I had to pull over my car because I was sobbing. It was as if I was at his funeral. That's how strong I was sobbing. And I remember wiping my tears from my eyes, because I was sobbing so hard. I needed to see so I could park. And I heard the words were impressed in my heart or in my mind. I don't even know if it was audible, but it was impressed in my heart. Why do you mourn the living? And I went, as I'm wiping my tears, what? And I heard the words again. Why do you mourn the living? And it was at that moment that I said, I am not going to mourn people who are alive. I could not mourn her. When I read that, I was numb. And so I am passing this wisdom on to you that she is alive, because if she were dead, it would be all over the place and it wouldn't have been retracted. If she were in any form of danger, it would be all over the place. Her children would have said it. She has 2 sons that she was very proud of, or she is proud of, and her granddaughters that she absolutely loved, was creating a book for children. She's a Bible study for children. So she is very much alive. No time to mourn her. All we can do right now is pray, send her love and joy, peace, abundance, all the things that you want to send her, and wish her the best healing ever. And now it's time for me to go. So thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for staying with me and being with us through the whole. I mean, this is reminiscent. We used to have 2-hour shows. Remember that? But then we had to cut it down to 1 hour. But, this is an exception. And thank you so much for listening to the stories and sharing your own, because I've been rejuvenated just knowing that you guys love her so much, like I do. So we will see you soon. Tomorrow we have another class scheduled. And if I don't say this to you before next week, have a happy Thanksgiving and eat well and follow the 10 commandments of health so that you can focus on Deuteronomy 7:11 through 15. And so we can fight off any disease that's in our life. I love you guys. Thank you so much.